Aw, what's up, honey? You know this is, honey. Anyway, I want to stop by here very, very quickly, and I'm gonna really like try to get on here to schedule time to y'all. That's gonna be the new little thing to try to get on here at the exact same time, as much as I can. So listen, I'm over here dissolving my hydrohistamine. Anyways, natural antihistamines. So listen, you guys, I want to get my thoughts on this because, of course, there's a lot that's going on with this, as there has been with a lot of things that we see in the news. There tend to be some type of propaganda when it comes to certain things. Certain things are highlighted in the news. Certain things are not. And so, the way I really think that with this Nottoway plantation, I do feel like I'm just going to be honest. I feel like this is one of those situations where the people, or should I say the spirits, are kind of doing things to be like, I just want to see how strong minded and strong willed my people are. And let's see what happens. I think that the situation is not about the ancestors spoken. Like, I'm seeing a lot of shit, y'all, and I want y'all to really pay attention to stuff like this because I feel like a lot of things that people talk about and do is like, they repeat what they heard. They repeat what they're told. And going into this, like I said, I don't think the ancestors have spoken. I don't think this has anything to do with the ancestors burning this place down. I think that there's a lot going on here. Two things I do censor: something with magical rituals and something with legal matters, legal disputes. I don't know if this is a public record for this plantation, but there's definitely some legality there, and also something with magic, okay? Without even going deep in there, because of course I'm not here to give a reading on that. I was really wanting to focus on, this is not the ancestor speaking, y'all. Do you know how many plantations are in the South that were considered very dark, heavy, demonic? The slave masters did some very trifling things to these slaves. We're not just talking about lashing them and keeping them in chains. We talk about a whole bunch. So if the ancestors have spoken, there would be a lot of these. And also, how many plantations are actually used as museums or resorts that people go to take pictures and have parties at? A lot of them will be going. A lot of them would have been going. And then as well as even, I researched something years ago, and it was speaking about like South Carolina had like the most, the highest percentage of black-head families. And either way, so there wasn't just white slave owners. And like I said, I want to be here very quick because I got something I have to do right now. But there was a lot of, first of all, not all slave owners or holders were white. It says the vast majority of them were, but you still have black slave owners, and they cannot pinpoint how many of these slaveholders are actually black because they had a lot of black folks that passed as white. Can we talk about it for a minute, or is that too deep for y'all? And so at the end of the day, and of course, they want to make it seem like in the 1950s, 1960s, there are people that pass as white. Yeah, this has been going on since the very beginning of time. Just like there's men, let y'all tell it, that pass as being women, and there's women that pass as being men, there are blacks that pass as being white. And so at the end of the day, his story is his story. And basically, his story is going to be written however he wanted to be told. And so, like I said, I do not feel like this is a slave or ancestor speaking, because like I said, a lot of plantations gotta go. Better yet, even at a larger scale, why are the energies not getting, attacking these cities and states where the slaves bled, they fought, they sacrificed, and people are coming in there and they're they're renovating and redoing cities and historical landmarks. Why are the ancestors not speaking then? Like I said, I think this is just a little basic situation to show just the mindset of a lot of people of color currently in this world, or should I say in America. It's just showing really the mind state, the true mind state I told you I feel like people had it fucked up back then where we're telling you that you should be upset about the gays and the immigrants getting this and this, getting that, and y'all not getting this, y'all not getting that. And I'm just like, but everybody in America is not suffering that is Black. There are a lot of successful, financially successful people that are set up financially, spiritually, and physically that are not suffering. So everybody is not, it's not about skin folks, it's really about kin folk, honey. It's really about kinship. And as I said, find your tribe. A lot of slaves or a lot of plantations were owned by Black slave masters. We're going to say not a lot, but we're going to say a percentage, a good percentage. I think they estimated like 14,000 slaves were owned by Black slaveholders. But of course, like I said, they cannot pinpoint the exact amount because some documents were kept, some documents were not. I really do feel like there's a lot with the law. And like I said, just don't get caught up in the bullshit about what these TikTok people be promoting, these YouTube people be promoting, and all these other people be promoting, y'all. Don't get caught up in that because a lot of shit be bullshit. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They just kind of speak as if they're spiritually in tune and spiritually tapped in. And if you're so spiritually in tune and so spiritually tapped in, then fix your life, Iyanla. Fix your life, Iyanla. Okay, so that's it, y'all. Like I said, Nottoway was not plantation ancestor speaking. Okay, are things going down spiritually? Definitely. But like I said, there's a lot of things that should be got better yet. And of course, we're just saying, you know, all the energy needs to be aimed at the White House. If that's the case, girl, because that president at White House is dumb as hell. Girl, we need to change his mind. Okay, the spirits need to come on in here and change his mind on what the fuck did he doing. Okay, but anyway, y'all, that's my thoughts on all that. And that's it, honey. Have a good day and love and light. TrueSpiritMystic.blogspot.com, 28spirit8mystic@gmail.com. And yeah, that's it for now. Bye, y'all.